My name's John, Jon. Last name's Drucks, Drucks. Need to look at my entire Facebook page. It's my book, Change 2014. It follows Change 2013 and Change 2012. Because God knows we need change, and we need change now. Sunset, Venice Beach, California. May 17th, 2014, Saturday. Sunset. And I believe we have a chemtrail attack, along with others in the sky. Kind of do make pretty sunsets, don't they? As we may be going riding off into the sunset. We need to hear the truth on chemtrails now, people. And it gets into, we need the truth on 9/11 now. Anyone willing and able to do 9/11 is willing and able to do anything and everything, including the end, at least for us. As we were ready to go to war in Syria for use of chemical weapons on their people. You tell me what this is. When I was looking at this, I was kind of thinking about the Twin Towers right here. They just opened that museum at the One World Trade Center that replaced the old World Trade Center. And I'm not so sure if that isn't the plan, if that isn't the story. They replaced the two towers with the one, the Freedom Tower. As I believe our freedom's ready to be taken away, people. And the question is, are they going to just kill us instead? We need the truth on 9/11 right now. I not only believe 9/11 was an inside job, I believe it was made into a royal, Masonic, satanic ritual. And it is the next to Christian genocide. It would go with the war on Christmas today. It would go with the premeditated oil wars in the name of God. All based on 9/11. We need to stand for the truth on 9/11 now. We promised never to forget 9/11. It's time to pay up. I believe we're ready to pay the ultimate price for living the lie. Again, are you willing to have a new world order ruled by the people that pulled off 9/11 and the wars? I believe there's a mass conspiracy, mass cover-up, includes the mass media, the destruction of America. And we need to stand up now, people. I believe I have a message from above. I believe the message of the Spirit of truth, John 16:13, is the truth of the end. The truth of the end. And the people need to give all of our royal rulers and all our self-serving public servants, past and present, the same choice. The truth of the end. The truth will set us free, John 8:32. Free at last, free at last. Free and independent. Free and independent were the last words of JFK's secret society speech. I believe JFK warned us over 50 years ago in a secret society speech about everything that's ruling our country today. I believe we are under the rule of the secret societies of the New World Order. They've infiltrated everything in our lives. And the question is, are we going to die? I hate to spoil your life of illusion. Because again, if anyone still believes the man in the cave story of 9/11, you were living in a cave. You're living a life of illusion. I believe we're going to die living the life of illusion. It's time to wake up, know your enemy, and take the power back. Those are the words of Rage Against the Machine. They were screaming at us 20 years ago about everything that is happening to our country today. And that's why this is a plan. I believe if we find the truth on 9/11, we will have found the truth on JFK. JFK is still known as the last president to tell the truth. He paid the ultimate price. That secret society speech that I say also is separation of church and state speech. I believe they were pointing at the same royal rulers. And my mom received a message from above after the assassination of JFK saying our government was involved. And I believe she is correct. Her message was correct. No one believed her at the time. But, again, find the truth on 9/11. You found the truth on JFK in my book. But, well, I believe that the assassination of JFK and 9/11 were mass conspiracies and mass cover-ups, including the mass media of the ruling elite secret societies of the New World Order. I believe Skulls and Bones, secret society, Bush 41 is the common denominator. And you just need to look at the history of the Bush family and look at the footsteps, retrace the footsteps of Skulls and Bones, Bush 41. I think you're going to find a lot of answers, what I think. Skulls and Bones, Bush 41 promised us a new world order, and I believe we're living on a script to deliver on that promise. I believe 9/11 was part of it. The twin chemtrails replaced the twin towers, just like the one World Trade Center replaced the old World Trade Center. Think about it once, people. I'm telling you, we're living under the rule of sick and evil people. It's sick and twisted. And Skulls and Bones, Bush 41, again, promised us a new world order. So did Hitler. Hitler promised a new world order. And it goes with Skulls and Bones, Bush 41, being the son of Skulls and Bones, Prescott Bush. His Royal War Pig banks were shut down for funding the Nazis in World War II. And the Skulls and Bones Bushes and the Skulls and Bones Kerry are in the bloodline of the royals from across the pond. Across the pond, imagine that. What could possibly go wrong when we allowed the son and the grandson of the banker of the Nazis, the ties to the royal family, to become our president? Everything could go wrong. Again, I think it's 9/11, JFK, MLK. Our government pleaded guilty on the assassination of MLK, and it's just a secret, though. I'm guessing they had a good attorney that was going to blow the lid off of everything, is what I'm guessing. And that's why there has to be some true Americans left to stand up right now. I believe the mountain of evidence that 9/11 is an inside job is as high as those twin towers that went forever. And they fell in a second. Hours. Never in the history has any buildings ever collapsed like that. That's why we know we're living a lie, is what I think, and we're just afraid. And listen to the song "Paranoid" by Ozzy. We must be on the crazy train if we're going to keep living this one. We're going to keep living this lie. Again, anyone willing and able to do 9/11, they're willing and able to do anything. I believe we're living out a man-made script. I call it the royal scam. I believe the opening act is Black Friday. Complete financial meltdown. Followed by nuclear meltdown. We're broke. We can't bail out the ruling royal war pig, banker, hypocrites anymore. That's the way this game works, people. They con, rob, pull false flag operations, create false flag wars, and then we bail them out. Well, we're broke. We can't do that anymore. So what's next? I believe the grand finale of the script of the royal scam is Revelation. Again, I believe we're living out a script that's a clone to the book of Revelation in the Bible. The question is our president a clone? Because the Nazi connection in the Bush family stretches to our CIA. And I looked at Operation Paperclip, the Cold War with the great enemy from the north. In the 50s, we allowed Nazi scientists into our government. I don't know, people. Hey, let's just put it this way. We need to demand the true identity of our president right now. I'm still hoping somehow, some way, he stands up and he decides he's going to be the greatest president. Even if he probably wasn't born in our country, talk about if he wasn't created. That's what I'm looking at. I'm not so sure you pull DNA out of that, and I'm not so sure you're not going to see some Hitler in it. And again, this is just my beliefs, but I've been looking at this a long time. And all you have to do is look at the state of this union, living under secrets and lies, to know anything's possible, including the end. That's why I really do think we're living out a script, a man-made script of the book of Revelation. The book of Revelation was written by John, and I believe it directly relates to my message. Again, my message is the spirit of truth, John 16:13, the truth of the end, but the truth will set us free, John 8:32. And my mother's family's been traced back to Joan of Arc. 600 years ago, she receives a message from above saying the royal family of England and their secret societies was taking over France. Well, guess what? Same thing can be said of us today. 600 years later, same thing. JFK warned us 50 years ago that we're under the rule of it. Rage Against the Machine screamed at us 20 years ago. We're living it. This is a plan, a conspiracy, not a theory, a conspiracy. And that gets into the truth is the Word of God. And the truth is the enemy of this nation living under secrets and lies. The truth has been turned into a conspiracy theory. Based on that theory, God is going to become the next enemy, and His Word, the next conspiracy theory. Drop the theories, let's talk conspiracy. In the mass conspiracy, the mass cover-up includes the mass media of the destruction of America. And anyhow, any American can stand by and watch it happen. You must be on the crazy train. Look at the history of the royals and the Nazis and they're all involved. All the secret societies. You need to see the Mysteries of Babylon, William Cooper, Hour 30. It talks about could all these secret societies band together for their one world government and one world religion, which is theirs, it ain't yours. I hate to tell you that. Take that right off the chopping block, because our heads are going to come off next. Now, how can they have a one world religion? You tell me that. It's impossible in my book. Religion's an individual relationship with God. And that's pretty hard to argue that one. And I don't know what's wrong. I know what's wrong is people have been brainwashed. And people have been brainwashed and not into wanting to talk about politics, religion, or death. That's why I chose to write my book on all three. Politics, religion, and death. They're facts of life. And I sure think it's a lot better to talk about them than to die over them. Because I do believe the path we're on, it's made up of secrets and lies. It's a dead end. In my book, it's a dead end. We need to get on a new path built on the truth. I believe it's the stairway to heaven. Again, the truth is the Word of God. It's nowhere in sight today. We're living under secrets and lies. Everyone knows it. We're living a plan. Everyone knows it, but everyone's afraid to stand up. Well, guess what? You need to look at the history. Again, this is nothing new, people. This has been going on since day one, basically. At least since the invention of the root of all evil, they figured out a way to control through the root of all evil. I believe we're living out the end of the Christian calendar based on the beginning. I believe the people ruling this world today, this nation today, this one world today, are the same people that nailed Jesus to the cross. I think they're the same people that burned Joan of Arc at the stake. I believe they're the same people that put a bullet in the head of JFK. And again, bullet in the head, killing in the name is what they call it. And those are, again, all songs of Rage Against the Machine. But again, what we need to hear right now is wake up, know your enemy, and take the power back. I won't stop. I've been doing this a long time, and that's why I know I'm right. I hate to tell you something. I know I'm right. And I believe I'm being led to the truth from above. Again, people can choose to believe me or not. And that's exactly my theory on that whole one world religion. That supports my theory. You can believe whatever you want, at least for now. Think about when they tell you that it's their religion, or if they chop your head off, or whatever they're going to do. And I'm not so sure they're just not going to think it's just easier to drop a nuke on us. I think we're being set up. Either way, either for those troops to come in on tanks and whatever they're going to do, introduce us to the New World Order, whether we like it or not. And if we don't like it, they just either throw us in prison camps, concentration camps, call them what they are. I've heard them called FEMA camps, but no, they're concentration camps. We're living out the Nazi playbook, people. The royal Nazi playbook. This is a well-oiled machine, and when it comes down to it, it's the same people that the hippies stood up against. Same people. But this time they're a well-oiled machine. The war pigs have gotten filthy rich fighting these oil wars in the name of God. Premeditated. Again, you just need to look at it. Look at some things and say, these were planned. We're living a plan. I don't care what anyone says. We're living a plan. It's been going on forever. And it needs to stop. Either we're going to stop this plan dead in its tracks, or we're going to be stopped dead in our tracks. Plain and simple. Like it or not, just like my book. So again, my name's John, Jon. My last name's Drucks, Drucks. You need to look at my entire Facebook page. It's my book, Change 2014. Follows Change 2013 and Change 2012. Because God knows we need change, and we need change now. Peace.